How's it going, people? Welcome back to the Big Six channel. First and foremost, make sure you're subscribed, people. Hit the like button. Let's get it up to 1,000 nice and early. And as you can see, the Big Six is the Big Five today. Unfortunately, Hugh had to pull out last minute. He's not feeling too well, so he couldn't make it down. It was all planned for him to come down, but he isn't here. It was too late to get a replacement, but we have got his votes for each category that we're about to do. So he's still playing his part in this, and you can play your part too. It's the top 6 of all time. We're doing fullbacks now, but you can vote for 6th place. As always, people, we're going to do the top 5. We've all put our personal top 5s in. I've put the points together and I've come out with an all-round top 5, but it's up to you for the top 6. And I see a lot of moaning in the last couple saying, how can you forget this person? How can you forget? On one of them, I agree, because Oliver Kahn should have been in the goalkeepers.
Yeah, that was bad. Scandalous.
Scandalous, very scandalous.
Scandalous.
Crazy.
So what are you doing, man?
Crazy.
Why are we all saying scandalous and no one picked
Crazy.
him?
I picked him.
Chris, you didn't pick him, man.
100% Oliver Kahn.
But he just didn't have enough points all round. compared
It's
to
the young blood. innit?
Grizz Carnage.
It's the young
You would
blood,
never
innit?
forget.
Young
You would
blood.
never
Yo,
forget.
you need to stop that. Stop that now. You've done your list. Can't keep changing it every time.
He's
I'm
already
not
added
changing
up.
anything.
Yeah, he's already
Yeah,
he's
I'm not
already-
changing
he's
anything.
folded
Man's
in.
changing it every
I'm
minute,
not.
man.
I'm just getting
Bruv,
my
He's-
names
You're
out.
so undecisive.
He's ordering
What's-
Morley's, man. Ignore him. He's ordering Morley's.
More
I wish there was more Lees in West. I wish.
As people say, Toad's got the best knowledge of the Big Six, and look, this is why, because he's doing his research, he's getting the names up, and he's ready to go. But listen, we're ready to go as well. It's the top 6 fullbacks, like I just said. 6th is up to you. I'm going to pin a comment in the comment section below. Only votes under that comment will go through, and obviously we'll release this on socials, and whoever you vote in 6th place will be there as well. So rather than me ask, let's just get straight into it. In 5th place, and this is a real tough position because there's a lot of candidates through the top 5. the top
Fullbacks is
6.
extensive. It's packed. I think for me, it's like the most solid kind of, area that we could talk about extended because there's so many good fullbacks.
Yeah.
So this one's going to be very, very interesting. to see
I
who
personally feel like there shouldn't be any sort of outrage. Personally, I feel like
There can't be.
every name is just
Justified.
worth their
There's
weight.
going to be outrage about one person missing. I know it.
Okay,
I
cool.
know it.
But
we'll
there's
get
going to
into
be
it.
one name in probably every position. That's
Yeah,
gonna
but
be like,
he's making it sound like this name
I
is
know.
a cardinal sin, and if it is,
You
then
know, I wouldn't say it's a
someone's
cardinal
getting,
sin, but
someone's getting flogged.
it's going to hit close to home
I
for some people.
I've not done any
I
kind of
think I
silly
picked
ones,
it.
so you know what I mean. I'm not like I said Gary Neville and all them. But, you know what I mean, Gary Neville is a red.
Let's get into it in 5th place, and this shows the strength of the fullback position. Cafu
Yeah,
is in 5th.
At least he's in.
bro,
At
that's
least
exactly
he
what I
had
had
to
him.
be in, man.
That's exactly what
At
I had
least
him.
he's in.
I'm not gonna lie, he started off higher up, but then as I started, because I work because I'm old school. Remember?
Yeah.
You remember? Yeah. So I'm old school. So I work from the golden oldies, like up to now. So as I started off, like obviously the golden oldies, like Roberto Carlos and Cafu, probably. I don't know many before that. So I was working from there. Maldini, you could, but Maldini, of course, might come to it. might be a
But he
setback.
We
finished
had
top
him
of
as
centre
centre-back,
back.
yeah.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So as I was working my way to the modern day fullbacks, we know there's been some sensational modern day fullbacks. So Cafu dropped a little bit, but 5th is, what can you say? He's mad.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't have Cafu in my list.
That's the
That
one.
shows the strength, though.
Yeah.
Champions League
Do you
winner,
regret
World Cup winner.
I actually don't. I don't regret it because the names I have in my list, they're titans, bro.
So already one's going to be missing from your list
Yeah,
because of it.
yeah. The
Cafu,
Titans.
Like you're so dismissive of
No, I'm not even dismissive. If there was number 6, it would be Cafu, right? But I'm saying the 5 I've got in my list.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I'm happy to argue their case 1,000%.
But this guy was a stallion.
He's an
Stallion,
icon.
that's what
I
it's
know
about,
he
man.
was.
Stallion.
Up and
But
down.
Got a
when you
running
say
style.
stallion, but I know like that
hear
could be
you.
said for
Yeah,
Each
yeah.
and every
it's
one.
fine. It's fine.
He had flair. He had character leader. You know what I mean? World Cup winner. Just for me, a machine on that, right? People talk about Maicon and whatnot, but this guy was up and down.
Better than Icon.
You know what I mean? No, but people say
much
about, like a modern day football, this guy was unbelievable, man. And like I said, I see him towards like the end of his career, but still he went to like 36, 37.
Bro, but this is what I'm saying.
And
to
still
you,
a
mate.
machine.
The longevity, he passes all the tests that you look for.
Yeah.
And when you talk about elite, like honours, personal honours, team honours, longevity, everything. And the modern day fullback, but from 20 years ago. Was it 20 years ago? About 20 years
Yeah,
ago.
yeah.
About 20 years ago, yeah.
So
So you
you're
won
talking.
the World Cup in
2002.
1994
So you're
as well.
talking. So
Yeah,
you're talking
two
a modern day
World
fullback
Cups.
from 20 years ago, and it shows you that the modern day fullback based their game on him, and of course another Brazilian that we may touch upon, we may not.
Iconic, because that Brazil team, when I was growing up in the 90s and early 2000s, I haven't seen anything like it. I mean, of course, you hear about the Brazils of old with Pele. Carlos Alberto is a fullback that, isn't in this list. I'll say it now, but
Yeah.
probably deserves to be. But none of us were around to see his
exactly
full kind of, his full ability.
in his full plight. Yeah,
But
Like,
Brazil in the 90s and 2000s was iconic. And a lot of people, focus on their attacking players. And rightly so. They had some mad attacking players. But their fullbacks used to do such a big job up and down the pitch. And that was during a time where fullbacks were predominantly defensive.
Yep.
Yeah.
You've hit the nail on the
Him and
head.
Thuram kind of changed the game.
They
You
were
know what I mean, in terms of-
headed. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, no, but saying him and Thuram kind of changed the game in the way, fullbacks were perceived. Normally you kind of say robust, defensive minded first, but this guy, bro, he was just up and down, like literally on one man show, up and down on that side.
Engine.
So I think for me, 5 is the crazy thing about it is everyone could be 3rd, 4th, you know what I mean? But I think to be in the top 5 is, for me, I think that's justifiable. 100%.
100%.
Yeah, happy with
100%.
that. I'm intrigued to hear who's going to miss out of your list now. 'Cause it sounds like you're going to be pissed.
Boy, I'm really angry.
I don't even want to let on. I want to go to the end, as we did with the last couple. We're going to go to the end, see who's missing, put some shouts in there for the ones that are missing, and
Honorable
talk
mention-
them up a
honorable
little bit.
Yeah.
But I'm sure Tobes ain't going to be the only one that might be slightly pissed off about it. But we'll see. So Cafu's in 5th. We're all happy with that. It all makes sense.
Glad he's in there.
In 4th, Philip Lahm.
Oh,
Again,
His one wasn't received as well as Cafu.
he's an honorable mention for me.
I didn't have him in.
Yeah, to be fair, yeah.
He's an
I
honorable
don't know
mention
why
for
I'm
me.
looking at that.
So when we talk about honorable mentions, I look at like your Cafus, your Lahms, your Willie Sagnol's, right? Do
Okay.
you get what I'm saying? Like these are honorable mentions for me. Lahm, as great as he was,
Great
he's not in my top 5.
I didn't
I'm
have
sorry.
him in my top
He's
five.
not.
Bit
He's
disrespectful,
for me.
man.
He's not the 4th best fullback
Wow.
of all time.
Didn't he captain Germany for the World Cup?
Yeah,
He did.
For me, I had him 3rd, not even 4th. So I get why I'm happy with him 4th. For me, out of all the players on there, the most intelligent, and I love an
Yeah,
intelligent footballer.
intelligent,
You
yeah.
can put him anywhere on the
I
pitch.
think I
Left
agree
back,
with that.
left back, right
Hence
back.
why he moved central
DM.
later on in his career.
Bro, I love an intelligent footballer. You know
But that's
what
what I want to ask. Why is it not in your top 5? When you look at what he's done, you look at his attributes, you look at what Grizz has said there. Like this guy was almost like a
Because the reason why is because I feel like the guys in my list who attacked, they were better than Lahm
Going
offensively.
forward. Yeah.
And the guys on my
he went
list too.
shabby going forward as well.
No,
He wasn't shabby, but we're talking about the best of all
He was very
time.
good. No, he was very good going forward, passing, ball striking. But when we're talking about when I go through the names on the list, these guys that I'm talking about, they are
Monsters.
They are absolute
Sure.
monsters.
Can
I
they
know
do
that.
both positions as well, like Lance?
Yes. Oh no,
Well, there you go.
That is an extra
but
thing in
that's
his.
the
That is an
bonus.
extra
So
tool in his. Yeah,
that's
that is an
why.
extra tool.
Okay, that's your justification.
That's my
for putting him in.
justification. I
And
agree
that's
with
fair.
the- I
And
agree
that's
with the
fair.
shout.
But my thinking was
Modern
okay,
day- you're thinking
well, I'm
modern day
thinking
fullback, attack.
I'm
Yeah,
thinking,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
thinking full and not even just modern day. I'm thinking fullback.
Yeah.
I'm rating you on what you did at fullback.
Yeah.
Right. So even if you can go and play central midfield, I don't care about that.
Yeah, 'cause it's not
personally,
relevant.
because I'm
Yeah.
talking about what were you able to do.
He's a quality
when I'm playing
player.
on
But
the left,
one-on-one
I'm playing on the right.
defensively, he was quality
Nah,
as
yeah,
well.
he
was.
He was really good.
Too intelligent. It's almost like he's too intelligent to be a footballer. It's not fair.
So Philip Lahm, I think
Be a
when
lawyer or something.
Philip Lahm in his career for me. So when I think it was the 2006 World Cup is when I first watched Lahm.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
scored
that's
that
when
goal
he kinda
against.
burst on the
Scored
scene.
that goal
Yeah,
against
yeah.
Was it Costa Rica? I think it was
I
Costa
remember
Rica.
the goal, the top bins.
So like for me, so he obviously started off with a bang, but he went on to have, for me, not that great a tournament defensively because I felt like people were getting at him, right? I felt like over the years, his evolution as a player was crazy, man.
Yeah.
Like Grizz said, crazy intelligent, really good defender, technically secure, sound, and a stalwart for Bayern Munich.
what do they call it when you're 2-footed?
Ambidextrous.
That's the one, brother.
Yeah.
See, I don't even know that. But
That's the one. You learn new things every day on the big
But
stage.
Was he
Wise
one of the
man.
was he one of the first fullbacks that
Invert.
went?
Invert.
Inverted.
That's what I'm saying. He was a
Pep-
pioneer.
did
Would you
Pep
say he was a
invert him?
pioneer?
Yes.
Pep inverted him, did he?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. If
But I
it
can't
was-
lie.
for me-
I
No,
can't
no,
lie.
it wasn't Pep.
No, I think it was before that.
Yeah, it was
Might have been
before
before
Pep.
that.
But I can't lie. I don't know if it's just me, but like I appreciated the qualities he brought, but I never really liked Lahm playing in midfield. I never liked him. For me, he was always
Yeah, I get you.
at your best right back. I never when Pep was putting him in midfield, I'm like, why? You literally have better midfielders. Why?
So are you looking at as that kind of almost tainted his kind of not legacy, but are you looking at that
No,
thinking,
I don't think it's tainted his legacy, right? He's still one of football's greats. But I just think when we're talking top 5,
I think he's a pioneer for the new modern day way of playing. Different, different footed as well. I think
you got a point
you could
for
drop in field, inverted. I think for me, he's a guy who.
Where did
was
you have him on your
intelligent.
list?
Sorry,
Where did you have him on your fourth?
So I've actually put him in 4th, and I think he deserves to be in there. You know, when you look at the top
think he deserves
fullbacks,
to be in there.
you remember Lam. Like Lam strikes in the last 20 years. Especially when I've been watching football as well, obviously different people, different times. But I just look at Lam and I think, you know what? Go to fullback. Who would you put on your team sheet? Be like, fullback. You know what? Lam is my guy.
and it's funny you say that because some of the names on my list, and I know I think I'd probably
Why are
share
you
some.
bigging up your list so much?
No, I'm not
But
bigging
you're
up.
not saying it's like, yo, look at my list.
No,
man.
I didn't pick up his list. I didn't pick up my list. I said it's funny you say that because that is what I think about some of the names
Yeah.
on my list, and I feel like me and Matisse
Yeah.
definitely have similar lists here.
Why did you leave him at though? Because I know you're
you
one of
left
the
him as
younger
well.
big six
Yeah,
reps,
yeah,
but
yeah.
you're not. You've
No,
seen Philip
I've seen a lot
Lahm,
of
you
him.
saw him at his peak.
Do you know what it is? Yeah, he didn't scream top 5 to me. Brilliant player, unbelievable player.
Yeah.
But the people that I have for me are like trailblazers. Like he doesn't have. Maybe it's the lack of
Is that
PMP.
preference then?
Yeah, I don't know if it's preference, but it's maybe the lack of PMP or what he could bring going forward. Because when I talk about fullback, I'm talking about defensively. Everybody on this list defensively is ridiculous.
Solid,
but
yeah.
going forward, could you
Yeah, I hear
be
that.
a madman?
I hear that.
Could
I hear
you
that.
could you
Turkish.
change a game? And I feel like Lahm is that defensive third player, but in the next third, above the halfway line, I'm not looking to Lahm anywhere near. He's not. Philip Lahm's not even getting into my top 10 if we're talking about attacking fullbacks. He's not.
But again, look
let's
at
be
the-
real.
look at the
Attacking
terminology you
fullbacks.
No,
he's
no,
not.
no.
If you're focusing on
Attacking
attack,
wise,
That's what I'm
he's
saying.
good.
You're
He
looking
was-
at attacking wise.
He was really good, but I get the
That's a
point you're
complete
making.
fullback.
I get the point you're making. Like if you're going
Complete-
purely on
say
attack,
complete fullback.
There you go. Complete fullback. This is what I'm saying.
well, Lam
Where
was
did you have him,
exceptional.
Turkish?
I had Lahm in 4th.
Okay,
So
Spud me, G. Yeah.
yeah. So
Okay.
fair.
So it seems like two of my
Shit,
guys are
you're
going to get
pissed.
shafted.
Yeah, man. Listen, it's crazy.
cool.
crazy.
Well,
I'm intrigued about his list, man.
But that's what I'm saying. But this list is
We're gonna
mad.
hear
Wait,
the- we're
wait,
gonna hear
what
the
did you
ones
do
that
this
We're
list?
gonna
What
hear
did
it.
you do
We're
this
gonna
list?
hear
What were you
it.
doing?
I
What were
did
you
this
doing
time
when you were
ago.
doing this list?
yeah,
I
this
did
one
this
was done
time ago.
Lahm
Time
would have been
ago.
like just outside my top 5.
I did this time ago.
Just
And the thing
out,
is,
just
the thing is,
outside.
as I said, this list. This is the strongest. This for me.
the
This is
holy
the
grail.
list I felt so strongly about. Everyone else, all the other ones, the midfields and stuff like that.
Yeah.
like it's a bit
Techie.
here and there. This one, yeah.
Yeah.
You're
You got
chopping. You're chopping this list.
So just to round it up,
Pause.
Yo, he's the one that
Listen,
Because I did this. Because I did this.
Why are you doing that?
Come on,
Why are you doing that?
Guys, I
I did
apologize.
this like a chop.
I apologize.
Come on, you're
Why
taking
you
a piss.
Listen,
Why you doing
Nah,
listen,
you're
we're in the
taking a
month of
piss.
Ramadan, yeah? I apologize. This is
Let's not do this.
Bismillah, man.
Well, let's not do
Chris
this.
telling me.
No, let's not start this, man. Come on, come on, football. Let's not start this.
sorry, Uncle Grizz.
Bismillah,
man,
what is
bring you
this?
around
Allow
here.
Bro,
it,
I'm
man.
telling you, man,
Man's
Grizz.
fasting today, allow it. Don't get me started.
Listen, 5th was Cafu. Everyone agreed. Lahm's in 4th. Caused a bit of debate, a bit of a divide. In 3rd, and this is one of the goats, and to be honest, they're all goats in this position. Javier Zanetti,
Third.
3rd
I'm done
place.
with you. Third.
No,
I
Third
said it was
Third.
at a stinker.
I think
Someone
he's
had a
second.
stinker.
I'm glad
Third.
he's in.
I had
I'm
him
glad he's
first, and then I went second.
I had him 2nd.
I had
Yeah.
him second.
I had him a bit low. I'm not
So
gonna lie.
calm
I
down.
fucked
Why
up.
you?
No. I'm saying, how is he third?
At least he's in.
How's he third?
At least he's in.
Well, how's he second? There's
boss.
only one difference.
It was
Nah, it's a
Do
big
you know what? Yeah,
difference.
considering
It was
It's a big
close. It was
difference.
close, but
Because when we want to talk about Titans, Trailblazers,
Titans.
this is the Trailblazer.
I'm with you, I had him
Left
second.
back, right back, attacking, defensive.
See, this is very hypocritical
Bro.
from me, you know, because I've not got in my
Bro.
top 5.
he had a
No!
I wanted to break that.
He's at the man. He's at the man. He's at the man.
Oh, my days.
Oh, I fucked up. He's in my top 5, but he's probably too
But you know
low.
what it is, yeah? I've got an explanation, man. Because the guy who I put in my 3rd place is a juggernaut, man. He's the ultimate king. That's why I just put him in my
Look at
3rd.
Chris's face.
So that's why I'm.
This guy was
but Zanetti,
unbelievable, bro.
Nah, you don't say
Zanetti was
juggernaut and then you
king.
don't mention
Zanetti
Zanetti
was
Zanetti
a
Facts.
king.
But-
King.
Facts.
Just accept the howler.
It's not howler though.
Football's a
It's
howler.
not howler.
Football's a howler.
definitely a
That's the
howler.
first humbler of the session.
Yo,
That's
man,
a
she's
humbler.
low, man.
Football is a humbler, fullbacks is a crumbler. Do you know what I'm saying?
That's
That's
the
what it is.
first humbler.
That's a
That's a crumbler.
Yeah, but you know what? Zanetti was a bad boy, man. This again, like
So
Machine.
consistent as well.
so
Yeah.
consistent.
And when we talk about who is it that mentioned longevity?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
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 longevity. Oh my god,
This
what?
guy-
He played to what? 40?
This guy,
He still
he's one
looks
of my,
sick.
He's actually one of my favorite ever football players. Like that's how good this guy
I'm there.
is, man.
I'm there with
So
you, Dan.
good,
That's why he played that 20 years at Inter.
Yeah, yeah.
bro.
I'm
Okay,
there with
he's
you.
He's
nice.
putting the yards.
Did he
Was
play,
it
how,
like
how much did he play left side as well?
Yeah,
I think he came
both
from
sides.
Argentina.
Both sides.
League.
No
Okay,
problem.
okay.
He was there for Inter for a long
He
time.
can play right wing as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Won the Champions League. Obviously, international wise,
Bro.
it didn't really.
And the thing is, when we talk about
Did he get
like,
the World Cup? No.
Nah.
No, Argentina.
when we talk
Oh, yeah,
about
of course, yeah.
attacking fullbacks, obviously, because like for me, like we saw him like in his 30s. I saw him more in his 30s and he was still an offensive beast in his 30s. But when you actually watch clips of what this guy was doing in his 20s,
Yeah, crazy. Yeah.
boy,
The late
I'm
90s
telling
with
you,
him and
this
Ronaldo and
guy.
that.
Because you see in the 90s,
This guy's
growing up in
mental.
football, the Italian league was the league.
Yeah,
So you know
yeah,
how the
yeah.
Premier League is
Channel
now.
4, man,
And
Channel 4,
Golazzo,
yeah.
Channel
Golazzo.
4, the bald guy.
Yeah.
Inter Milan had some players, and listen, he was something else. He had
Those
everything.
Milan derbies were.
He had passing range as well.
Mate,
he had
he could do everything.
He had a
Bro, that's
brain,
why I
he
had him
the
number
engine.
2. Because
But he was a leader
I told you, I put him
both.
straight away. I said number 1. And then I said, calma.
Yeah, that's why you need to relax. Yeah.
But no, it's not relaxed. What do you mean? You didn't have
Yeah,
him in your
he's-
6.
he's
He's telling me to
definitely
relax
where we
about
can
Zanetti.
be number one. So,
Man's
yeah.
telling me to relax about Zanetti. You didn't have him in your 6.
Let me check how old he is now.
Now,
Have you
he's
seen him? He
gone-
looks
gone up
sick
before.
now. Like pure. Look at his
He's
skin.
looked after
Still,
himself.
yeah,
He's
still,
looked after
can
himself
play.
well.
You know when they do little legendary events here, you know when they do, you say, bro, you can play still.
Yeah,
you know?
100%.
You know that guy, you can still play.
100%.
You know
Like
what I mean?
me, like me.
I just think for me, top player, man, top player. You know what? Like I said, I've had a bit of a
Yeah, admit
holiday.
a stinker.
At least you've admitted.
But I admit it. You know, it's good to sometimes, admit
Not like
things.
Toby. Do you remember Toby fights? Like
Yeah,
when he's
fight,
he don't
he's
admit
like, yo,
fights.
man,
No, I'm not having
Yeah,
it.
man.
I'm not having it.
It's like,
Where
yo.
did you have him?
He's
in
too
your
low.
list?
He's 5th. I had him way too low. Now that I deep it.
But again,
he's
though-
more complete than some of the
Young
people
man
higher
tax,
up.
young man tax.
Young man tax for
Yeah.
sure.
But I've still seen it. But I think it just shows you the strength in this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That
He's more
this is
complete
one
than
where-
some people I have higher up.
Yeah, exactly.
And his longevity is stupid as
I think
well.
you lot I think you and Toby just picked like flying wingers, no defensive responsibility.
No,
No,
no, no, no.
I had
It's
him
not that.
second.
It's
I
not
literally just said that.
That's what I'm saying.
I literally
Like,
said I had him
we're talking
second.
fullback.
Trent's
Yeah,
not on this.
exactly.
Trent's
In
not
a
on this, you know.
Yeah,
He's not on this.
Trent's
Trent's not on this.
Trent
He's not on
could
this.
never.
5 years.
Where we had that one before.
Don't do this.
Listen, 5 years he's played for Bournemouth. I'm telling you right now.
Yo.
You got to bring this clip out in 5 years.
I'm
One of
telling
you.
you, man. He's played 5 years for Bournemouth.
Boy, like I said, it's a juggernaut in third place, and that kind of shows you the strength of the list. Again, it hasn't really divided opinion. I think either people think he should be higher
Bear
up
regret.
the list, or they're happy that he's in it.
Yeah.
So it's Cafu 5th, Philip Lahm 4th,
Yep.
Zanetti in 3rd, in 2nd place, Roberto Carlos.
What?
Yeah.
Huh?
Roberto
not?
Carlos.
Cool.
No,
that-
wait. So neither Carlos or Zanetti are number one.
Bro,
That's
because
mad.
there's a
I
reason
just
why.
want to say I put Carlos number
That's
one
mad.
in my
Carlos
list.
that was my 1 and 2. Carlos and
No.
Zanetti.
Wow.
That was my 1 and 2.
Right,
No,
I
I'd
bet you
admit
we've
that
all
makes
got the
sense.
same number 1.
No, me and him got the same number one. Carlos.
Carlos. I put number 1.
Me and you got the same 3. Carlos and Netti. But yeah, don't forget. Yeah. We'll
Yeah.
get into it.
Hey!
We'll get into
You
it.
lot are
I've already
wild,
clocked
Nah.
who's missing. Oh my days. Oh my days. I
I know,
can't.
also
you know,
Carlos.
it's crazy. Again, I might have messed up.
I know who. I know.
Is Carlos on your list?
Carlos in my list.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
not
I was
that
about
one,
to say,
not
Where'd
that
you
one.
put Carlos?
No, 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 no.
Throw you over this table.
Guys, relax.
Where did you put Carlos?
Number 2. Number 2, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, number 2. I think it makes sense, though, guys.
Fair.
But why is he up, bro, man? Like,
That's
we
cool.
got
That's
Carlos,
brilliant. Carlos
number
is, yeah.
2.
Carlos 2 is great.
Like, bro,
Where
this
did you
guy.
put Carlos?
I put him way too low.
Where?
4th.
Same.
But I would only probably maybe move him up one more
Same.
in my list. So I'm still okay with it.
Again, it's one of those ones. Roberto Carlos, he's in the list,
He's a
so he's not
baller.
he's not a bum.
His passing was
He's
stupid.
another icon. Like you see,
Yeah,
everything
icon,
we
yeah,
said
yeah.
about Cafu,
Yeah.
you can say
You can say about Carlos. That's how I
and
felt.
more.
Yeah, that's how I felt.
Yeah.
I
That's
felt
why
like
I've
they,
got-
Carlos on the. That's what I'm saying.
You know,
like,
you said.
Cafu's-
Yeah.
But that's where
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
got.
yeah.
This is why I've got Cafu below
I
him
would swap them.
and Carlos above him.
yeah.
Who mentioned his passing?
Just,
You just mentioned-
passing stupid.
So Matias just mentioned passing. So maybe, but I can't put him Maybe I might have put him above Lahm because I put Lahm 3. I would retrospect. I would have swapped Carlos for Lahm at number 3.
Yeah.
I think that when you look at Icon though, free kicks, man, bro, come on, man.
Jesus.
We talk about attacking fullbacks.
Everybody knows
this
that
is
goal.
probably the godfather of attacking fullbacks. You know what I mean? This guy was up and down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like just,
Size of his legs,
Quick,
bro.
Yeah, machine.
quick.
Proper
Quick,
bro,
two
he was-
machines.
he was
you know?
powerful.
Two
Listen,
machines on
powerful.
either
So
side.
powerful.
You know what I mean? Like
Scored one of the
instrumental.
greatest free kicks of all time.
Man.
There you go,
Yeah.
man. That
Latournois.
one there, you can watch it on
Remember
YouTube.
Latournois.
and
The
you're
laws
still
of
wondering
physics.
how this guy, you know what I mean? There's now YouTube videos I've watched here where they're saying like the science behind what he's done.
Yeah.
And you're like, bro, like it's crazy like the way it's
How
just
many
kinda-
people you've seen trying to do it?
It
There
doesn't
you
make
go.
any sense. It still
Like
doesn't
they're
make
trying
any
to do it
sense.
on the like in training, like on his YouTube videos. They're trying to recreate
Yeah.
it. They're
Tommy was trying to
recreate
do it on foot golf. It's mad.
Yo, Antonio.
Okay, you got jokes.
Nah, but it's
No.
true though. Who was in goal? It was Barthez in goal because I remember
Yeah,
it was
Barthez.
Barthez.
Yeah,
The way he
Barthez,
just looked at it going off because
Yeah.
he just nicked in off the post
No, you can
as
do.
well.
Did he
word,
move?
word to Andy.
No.
Word to Andy Gray. You don't save those.
Yeah.
Take a bow,
You
son.
don't
Take
say
a bow,
Take a
son.
bow, son.
And
Yeah.
the thing is, we've talked about his attack a hell of a lot, but defensively he was scary as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Solid
Physical specimen, man.
Yeah, you
one-on-one
can't beat
defender.
him. You can't beat him. If he's
Yeah.
in the mood, you can't beat him. The only thing is, he was a bit positionally, sometimes a bit weak positionally.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But one on one, yeah, man.
Sometimes
you,
on the counter when you because
yeah, of
obviously
course. Yeah, because you're asked
at
that
Real
kind of position.
Madrid
Yeah,
as
yeah,
well.
Even,
exactly.
you know, similar
Heavy.
like most, like if you look at even Marcelo, the way he plays positionally, he was a bit kind of
Yeah.
like not all there. But ultimately, what their job was, bro, they were just, you know what I mean. We're looking at flaws, like you know.
Yeah, and the thing is, no, it's a valid criticism. But then what we have to take into consideration is the impact that these guys have on a team, like the impact in which the team play. So Roberto Carlos was almost. You see how we spoke about a one-man wrecking machine. Roberto Carlos was basically like that's
Yeah.
part of Real Madrid's tactic.
Yeah,
He could
Like,
be basically.
your quality is basically embedded.
So
in
I'm
the
gonna,
team's
so
tactic.
I'm gonna level out. Like we talk about Trent being so pivotal from a fullback position. This guy was the ultimate don. Like he could win. Someone said about he can't win you a game. He was talking about match winners from fullback. Roberto Carlos is a match winner
Match winner.
100%.
and a left back.
100%.
And that's what he
Mad.
probably had more on maybe some of those
Yeah,
guys.
do you know
ahead of
what?
him.
I've forgotten about his passing. Like his switch of
passing.
play was.
That's
out
what
of
I
this
clocked is
world.
his
Yeah.
passing.
So I
This
might-
brother would just
I reckon I
him
put him a bit too low.
sweep it out there like
Yeah, yeah,
there was
yeah.
nothing.
His switch of play is
him to
ridiculous.
Beckham. That's what. Wow,
Him to Beckham, man.
crazy.
That's iconic, man.
And then
Stupid.
Beckham back to him.
Yeah,
Sick.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Then,
Sick.
You know what I mean? It's
Stupid,
serious, man.
And
bro.
it's
Just
Serious.
like bang and then back
Yeah.
up the pitch.
did
Yeah.
he won 2 or 3 Champions Leagues, Roberto Carlos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
2 or 3 with Real Madrid. I
99,
think it was 3, but
Oh
So he-
no,
yeah,
no,
'cause-
no, no, no.
No, he won their last one under Del Bosque, didn't
Yeah.
he?
Del
Before.
Bosque.
And then
The Steve McManaman goal.
yeah.
No, Zidane. Sorry.
No, sorry, yeah,
Zidane.
against
Zidane.
But he also
Leverkusen,
won in
Leverkusen,
2000
the
as well.
volley.
He won one just before the Galactico era.
Oh, did he?
yeah,
I'm sure he
and
won one.
So that's 2 then.
Yeah.
Didn't he win one
It's
in?
two. It's 2.
I think he must have won
He
2.
won
then.
one before the Galactico era, before Ronaldo
So
came.
basically, he could have won it a bit more. How good the teams. he put
97, 98, 99,
There you
2000,
go.
2001, 2002.
Free then, yeah.
Three
What?
There you go.
Champions League.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
free.
Yeah.
I thought
Yeah,
he
yeah,
more.
free,
Yeah, that's
sorry,
fair
yeah.
enough. Then.
Three were World Cup in 02, a Copa,
Yeah, yeah.
2 Copa
It's crazy that he
Americas,
came
Yeah,
in.
go.
Quite, you know what I mean?
Turkish
Real
Super
Madrid
Cup.
legend, man.
Yeah.
10 years was he not at the club.
Who did he join again? In Turkey?
Wasn't it Fenerbahce?
Fenerbahce.
Fenerbahce.
He
Yeah.
played
Fenerbahce.
there.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
remember there was one because of what year was it? Was it 2006,
7.
2007 when when
Yeah.
he joined Anzi, and he was getting racially abused? That
yeah,
made
yeah.
me sad, man.
That's
I can't even
crazy,
lie.
man. That he
Can
was
you
in
imagine?
London.
Can you imagine? This is
One
not
of the
some
best of
Yeah,
all
yeah.
I'm
time.
not even trying to condone racism, right?
Yeah.
But this is
Hall
some
of
Mickey Mouse.
Famer.
This is literally like a football Hall of Famer, and he's getting ridiculed
Yeah,
by
yeah.
some random bums in the stands.
Yeah,
nah,
yeah.
man. That pissed me off. That pissed me off.
No, I
big
hear
time.
you. I
Who the
hear
hell
you.
is that one, fam?
He was
'Cause-
coming to elevate
Listen,
the league.
it has to be
the
that
names
one.
that have been missed.
I think for me, it
I'm
has
gonna
to be
lose
that
it.
guy.
There's no.
Get into
There's,
one.
I'm gonna lose
can
it.
I just name who's not
I'm
here?
gonna lose it.
There's no Marcelo yet, but that's fine because he ain't gonna make this. There's no Ashley Cole. That pisses me off, but it is what it is. And we ain't even spoke about Danny Alves.
Bro.
But this is where Turkish
Football is
will
a
give us the
humbler.
answer.
And before Turkish gives number 1, all 3 of those should be in the top 5 for me.
Yeah, yeah.
I've got all three of them.
All 3 of those
That's
should be in the top
nice.
5.
So, 5th place, Cafu. 4th place, Philip Lahm. 3rd place, Zanetti. 2nd, Carlos. And 1st, Dani Alves.
There we
Thank
go.
you.
Fine. Can we just have a round of applause?
Thank you.
I was a bit stressed, man.
Thank God it was him because it has to be him.
Yeah.
It has to be.
Thank you.
I get why it has to be him, but you know,
Where'd you have him?
I had him. I had him third.
I have him
I had
first.
him
I had him
behind
third as
Carlos
well.
and Zanetti.
So did I.
Yeah, I can't. You
Because
can't
that
really
was my
argue.
era of football.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can't
yeah,
really-
yeah,
That's
yeah,
where
I
I
get
fell
what
in
you
love
So
mean.
did
with
I.
the game.
As long as he's top 3, I'm
Yeah,
calm.
I have
Top
him
three.
first because
I had
modern
him
era.
third as well. I had him third.
But you three had him first.
I had
Yeah,
it first.
Hence why.
Bro, he was unbelievable.
Listen,
This guy, Jesus, I could wax lyrical. This guy is just a footballing beast. Defensively, even at Sevilla, going forward, the passing, the IQ, the crossing, the goals.
So we spoke about.
What could he not do?
Yeah, we spoke about Zanetti and his power from fullback. We spoke about Roberto Carlos and his switch of play. You know, like I know he had Messi on his side, yeah. But to be on Messi's wavelength for so long,
I
in the
know.
biggest
That's what I'm
games,
saying,
you
yeah.
have to be special.
Yeah.
You have to be.
Yeah.
You have to be special to be
They
on
linked,
Messi's
they linked
wavelength.
up very well as well.
Bro, Messi was giving blind passes to him. You know, you have to
yeah.
be mad. You have to be extraterrestrial to be on Messi's level.
And I think with Dani Alves as well, not just the longevity, because he played for ages, right? But when we talk about embedding you are so good as a player that the manager has to embed you in their tactics. Whatever they do,
Yes.
they have to embed you in their tactic.
Yeah.
It's my rationale for why Marcelo is not in this list, by the way. But we'll talk about that after. But Dani Alves was a genuine match winner. Left foot, right foot. I remember one goal he scored against Real Madrid was a Clasico. He came inside on his left foot
Yeah.
and he
That
curled
pass.
it top
I
bins. I
remember
said, what kind of play? What kind of
The
demon
team
is this?
confidence
It's
in doing that
ridiculous.
was
Even
mad.
at Sevilla.
Yeah,
Even at Sevilla,
Sevilla,
I
bro.
remember because on FM, you remember the back
FM,
in the day.
yeah,
bro.
early.
His
FM,
numbers were
FM.
all good. All
FM
of
and
them.
Pro Evo before he joined
Yeah,
Barcelona,
Oh my
bro.
God.
The
watch
guy
that
was
final though,
bonkers.
UEFA Cup final against
The guy was
Middlesbrough. Look at the way
bonkers,
he played
bro.
then.
Yeah.
I just think he was an epitome of the modern day
Unbelievable
fullback.
player.
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
Like he could do everything. But that pass, remember that pass where he made to Messi in the Clasico?
Yeah.
Like that pass there was
Yeah, but
ridiculous.
his finishes, you're talking about that finish, dink finishes,
Yeah,
curl,
all of them,
left
anything.
foot, right
Variety
foot,
of finishes, variety of
variety,
passes,
and
Yeah.
assist king.
high flying fullback, everything.
Like he's
And
literally.
played with
could have been a
smile on his
winger,
face.
he could have been a
always.
winger.
Bro, he could have played.
It's a
I think
shame.
he could have
Yeah,
played
yeah,
anywhere as
easy,
well.
easy.
He could have played
Yeah.
anywhere.
I think he could have played anywhere as well. If
Rafa-
someone wanted to, they could have moved him.
Rafa wanted him, man, so badly. We ended up with Glenn Johnson.
Listen, Glenn Johnson was batting it up
Yeah,
at Portsmouth.
at Portsmouth, he was
Bro.
smacking it up. He was.
Respect.
He
Glenn
only just
Johnson.
missed out on the list.
Yeah,
Dani
you
Alves,
respect
innit?
that. Not us.
Glenn Johnson, bro. Do you know what I mean?
You know what? I'm not upset with him being first because he is a great. I would have put I put
can't
someone
lie.
else
I've got
I'm
there.
a little bit. I'm a little bit upset.
I got some
I know,
votes to
I
pick.
know.
I got
I
some
don't
votes to
think,
pick.
So I've only got one player that's not been
Who is it?
mentioned. Marcelo was sixth for me,
He had to be top 5 for me.
but it was him and Ashley Cole.
Marcelo had to be
Where's
top
Ashley
5.
Cole?
When
That's shocking.
we talk about Real Madrid's dominance, right, in the champion, Marcelo is a linchpin.
Yeah.
When we talk about
Yeah.
performances in the Champions League final, runs to the Champions League
Yeah.
final,
Again, it just shows you how
La
strong
Liga.
this is.
Bro, this guy
We're doing
was
top 5. We're
when
not
we're
doing
talking about
top
Where
10.
do you have him?
I had him fifth. I had him fifth.
I had him fourth.
You're some weirdo.
Again,
No,
I would
you had him
no,
sixth.
I would
He
have
should
no
be
problem
top
having
five.
him.
We've got
Same
some
thing.
mistakes.
I had him
Me and
fifth.
you
It's
had
not
sim-
the-
me and
it's
you
not
had
the same
similar
thing.
lists.
It's not the same thing.
How's
I'm
he-
sorry, and
What's the matter with you?
I'm
What's he done?
sorry.
What's he done?
Philip Lahm.
He's getting mad like, oh
No,
my god,
Sorry,
and he's
look at the
going
names.
fifth and sixth.
Philip Lahm is not a better fullback than Marcelo. Please.
I agree with you.
Philip Lahm is not a better fullback than Marcelo.
It depends
I'm
what you want
sorry.
from a fullback.
The best.
That's exactly that's a good point.
Prime Marcelo, prime Lahm. Marcelo wins.
I'm taking Marcelo
Marcelo
personally as
wins.
well.
No problem.
Slightly.
I'm not gonna massively argue, but it depends what you want as a fullback.
Who else was in the list? Sorry.
There's no Ashley Cole. Can we
What,
talk
in the
about that?
final list?
That's a good point.
Cafu, Lahm, Zanetti.
Ashley Cole has to be there. As
How
well.
is Ashley Cole
But
not
also
in there?
though,
to be there.
Ashley Cole was the greatest
guess who I
fullback in
put
the
third?
Premier League.
Guess
Was
who I
he
put in
not?
third?
Did he not?
Lilian Thuram, and nobody mentioned on here.
Nah, he's not top 5.
Nah, it's fine.
Lilian
top
Thuram.
five.
Nah, it's
Yeah,
fine.
Thuram's
It's
a
fine.
legend, but
He's
yeah.
not top 5.
Lilian Thuram, man, this guy was.
He's not top 5.
Are you
He's
kidding me?
right.
I'm
Turkish, do you
being
know
dead
who
serious.
won?
Thuram is not even
Top
top
fullbacks
fake
of
outrage.
the greatest Premier League fullback of all time. Ashley Cole won the greatest Premier League fullback
Yeah.
of all time on this very channel,
I hate
and
you.
he doesn't make top 5.
It's nuts.
That's
It's
crazy.
crazy.
I
And the
don't
thing is,
think it's that crazy because even when you two were talking about
You're not doing it from
fullbacks
a-
before, you two both mentioned heavily the attacking side of it.
but he was a beast offensively at Arsenal.
Nah.
At Arsenal, he
I
was.
wouldn't
Turkish
say
gonna
a
tell
beast.
you,
but he was really
I
good.
wouldn't say
His
a beast.
final
He was
ball-
good.
His final ball was
He was
nowhere
good.
near as good as some of
Yeah,
the
of course,
legends we've
of
met.
course, of
Fair.
course.
It's not
There
like
you
he had a
go.
passing range.
Okay.
It's not like he had a shot on him. Defensively, he
Didn't
was
score.
so solid. And
Fair,
we were
fair,
talking about
fair.
defensive fullbacks, then
You
he
can't beat
definitely
him.
makes the list. But
You
You
can't
do not
beat him.
beat
Yeah,
him.
all
he's
round.
Is Marcelo not on here because defensively he could be a bit suspect as well?
when you know when you mentioned Marcelo and the Lahm comparison, I'm with Grizz. I understand it could be either or for me, and I get it. But personally, Lahm, I think the leadership qualities as well. I get
thing is with
Marcelo
this
probably
calmness, man.
better technically.
You know
Calmness.
what's crazy about this? Though?
Personified Lahm.
What we've got a conflict between recency bias and also like legacy. Like we're kind of conflicted of where do we go, and that's why maybe Ashley Cole is in there. Maybe the fact Marcelo was in there in the top 5.
But you know,
You've got that conflict.
I feel like with Ashley Cole thing, like Ashley Cole was just like a unique a unique left back in the sense where like like you're such an outlier in what you do, right? Defensively,
So
I don't think any of these guys,
so
any
good.
of these guys were as good as good as Ashley Cole in his prime. I feel like he was virtually unbeatable in my head, and. Putting on the flip side, I feel the same with Marcelo. Outside of maybe Dani Alves, of course, Dani Alves, Roberto Carlos, but Marcelo, when we talk about attacking quality, he was so good going forward that for me, he has to be in this list.
Yeah.
He has to.
proper
I
outlier.
disagree that
Ashley Cole
Ashley Cole
defensively
was
stupid.
better than all of these lot defensively. I think he's as an equal of, for example, a Zanetti defensively. No one beats Zanetti.
Okay, maybe.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair.
So I get, and
I
Roberto
think he's
Carlos
better
as
than
well.
Lahm defensively though.
Roberto Carlos. Right. Okay, I'll give
I
you
think
that.
Ashley Cole, like the
Yeah.
way he
I get that.
Ashley Cole's one of the- probably the
Ronaldo
greatest
to the
centre
clean.
No,
forwards
I'd
in
give
the
that.
Premier
I'd give that.
Took
But,
Ronaldo to the cleanest.
but those two players that I mentioned, for example, Alves, Zanetti, Carlos, their output was much more. And this is an Arsenal fan who'll tell you more.
Oh yeah, their
probably.
output. Is,
That's
yeah,
the key
I
point.
I
there.
hear that.
They
fair
had
enough.
Ashley
more
Cole's
influence on the
output
team.
wasn't. Yeah.
Maybe Ashley Cole didn't have that
Yeah.
influence.
Ashley
on the
Cole
team.
did build up
But if
play
we're
was
talking about
good.
if we're talking about influence, then Marcelo again.
Yeah, well, there you go. Exactly.
He had
Yeah.
That's what we've kind of messed
crazy.
up on.
This is a team with Benzema, Modric, Cruz, Ronaldo, and Marcelo's influence on that team was immense.
he brought something different.
If you had a
immense.
chance now, would you take out Lahm for Marcelo?
I'm taking him out every day of the week. Every day of the
Okay.
week for Marcelo.
You know what I have? Okay, again, I'm not going to disagree with picking Marcelo over Lahm, yeah. But I just feel like if Lahm moved in his prime to another club, he'd still play at the same level. Whereas with Marcelo, I just feel like Real Madrid suited him so
Yeah,
much.
the Galacticos, the
that's-
I'm
footballers,
not
the
too.
style.
I'm not too sure in another
Flair.
league he might be as
you know what?
efficient.
He
Do you know
couldn't
why? Do
adjust.
you know why I'm
Yeah.
gonna count? Do you know why I don't agree? I don't agree because I feel like the work he was doing, if anything, if Real Madrid had lost him, they would have struggled to they would have struggled to replace
big piece. But
replace
can
what
he
he offered.
replicate that in another?
Absolutely.
I think he's too good of a
because-
footballer not
Did
to.
he do it for his national team?
I don't think
Exactly.
I'm trying to.
He didn't. And Lahm
But to be
did.
fair, Brazil
But
as a
Dani
whole
Alves, did he really do it
Yeah.
for Brazil as well? Like he was okay, but he wasn't.
None
he
of
wasn't
them.
amazing for,
None of them
for
picked
Brazil.
up a World Cup, did they?
So
no.
who comes in the category that the viewers can vote for sixth?
So they can vote for six.
honorary mentions.
they can
So
vote.
let's-
Anyone,
let's-
but
so
we've
Marcelo
obviously
comes in
got
that, right?
Marcelo, Ashley Cole, Lilian Thuram,
No,
Carlos
no.
Alberto.
Bro, relax,
Willy
man.
Sagnol,
Yo, listen,
leave
we're,
the
Turkish,
Thuram.
we're the football philosophers, man.
Li-
You know what I mean?
Football
Like,
philosophers.
come on,
So
man.
Thuram's an OG, you know.
He is an
Thuram-
OG,
Oh,
of
of
course
course
he
he
is.
is, but-
You
but-
might-
but-
he's
He's
not-
not a bro, you
it's
know,
not-
man. You're
it's
trying to
not-
little bro him,
it's
man.
not Thuram mentioned.
It's not
Thuram-
little bro, you know.
ended up a far
We're
better
talking about
centre
Marcelo,
back
Ashley Cole
than
here.
a
It's
fullback.
not. It's not
I agree.
necessary.
I
But-
agree.
Far better sort of
I
centre
agree.
back. That's like saying William Gallas.
Yeah.
And Gallas was a really
So
good
you're
footballer.
comparing
great footballer.
William
No,
Gallas
I
to
rate
Thuram.
William Gallas
but that's-
badly,
nah,
highly.
nah.
Gallas
No,
actually, listen.
I'm not.
You
I'm
really
not-
gonna do that,
Gallas
man?
is great.
You
Gallas
can't
is
do
great.
that, man.
Thuram
No, no,
different
obviously
though.
Thuram was
You
better.
can't do
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
Are you gonna do that?
Thuram was better.
I'm just saying. He's just saying.
You don't. You're a
He's saying
disgrace.
it because
I'm
they both
saying
transitioned
it.
from
Yeah,
centre back to
yeah,
centre
yeah.
back.
That's
You
what I
had a
mean.
point, and then you just
It's
went
like
too
Joe
far.
Gomez.
Hey.
Ban him now. We want this
I
show.
was
I
helping you,
I
then you
don't
just-
want to hear that ever again.
This is what happens, man. It gets all colluded, man.
That's a joke.
What's going on?
Man's trying to
No.
put
Let's go around
strippers
and
on the
you know
list.
what? Let's add this to it as well. Let's go around and say who we would pick sixth. It's still up to the viewers out there. Remember the
Yeah.
pinned comment, only the votes under that
Yeah,
pinned
you
comment
guys are
count.
involved. Don't worry,
But
man.
Tog, let's start with you. You've seen the top five. Who is your sixth place fullback?
Cafu.
No, he was in the top five.
No, he's talking about of
sixth
the
place,
ones
Marcelo.
left over.
Marcelo,
Marcelo,
easy.
Said.
Ashley Cole.
I'm going Marcelo.
I've got Marcelo 6, so I'm spot on.
Marcelo. Do I need to ask Matisse?
But Ashley Cole was.
Who did you have higher in your list, Marcelo or Cole?
Actually,
Because
what
they're
am I
both
saying?
in the top
I
five.
actually had
innit?
Ashley Cole higher.
I think I actually call higher.
Nah, I'm still going. I'm still
you know
going with
what?
Marcelo. I'm still going with Marcelo.
But that don't make sense. Go with
No, I had him higher on my
He's
list. But I'm
changed
just
his
saying
mind.
now I've
Now
actually
you deep it.
Now he's
broken
gonna
down
let it deep.
what Marcelo meant to Madrid. I'm putting him.
Yeah,
Brother?
fair enough.
I'm
The
actually.
fact he's thinking,
I'm
it must
actually
be
gonna go Marcelo,
because
there
as
you
much
go.
as I feel like Ashley
Ashley
Cole
Cole.
has to be in there as
Wow.
well.
Chelsea
but
fan,
I'm gonna
you
go
don't
Marcelo.
I was just gonna say,
You-
Chelsea fan.
You are not a Chelsea fan base.
Cook him.
Is this your king? Is this your king, Chelsea fan base?
Does he have anybody in the list?
Is this your king?
Does he have any players to talk about in this list? No.
Is this your?
No, he
and you
doesn't.
do, and you didn't put him in your list.
Yeah, but no, he's in my list.
Yeah.
They're both in my list. Marcelo and
He's in
Cole.
his list, he's in his
But
list.
Marcelo is
Okay,
just.
okay, save himself.
Marcelo is
Don't
just.
let him get to you. He's thinking
Look
to
at him,
himself,
he's
I
like,
fucked up.
oh my god, I have to explain that.
Nah, but he's got him in the list, which is fair.
Yeah, he's
if
in
he
the
didn't have him in the
Stop,
list,
stop defending him. I'm trying to cook, innit?
No, but it's,
Bro, put the fucking pan down, bro.
Let me run through the top 5 and wrap up this video. Just a reminder, it's Cafu in 5th place, Philip Lahm in 3rd, Javier Zanetti. No, sorry, let me start that again. Cafu in 5th place, Philip Lahm in 4th, Javier Zanetti in 3rd, Roberto Carlos in 2nd, and Dani Alves in 1st. We've just given our opinions on that 6th place, but it's up to you guys and girls at home. Vote for it. Pinned comment in the comment section. Only the votes under that comment will count, and then we'll publish it on the socials at The Big Six Show. Make sure you're following us: Instagram, Twitter. What else is there? TikTok. We're bringing that back up as
Come
well.
on.
So make sure you're following us on all the socials. Make sure you're subscribed to us right here. Hit the like button. Let's get it to 1,000. And love for the love people. We'll be back next with the top 6 centre mids, defensive mids of all time. So look out for it, people. Love for the love. We're out. Peace.